Hello, everyone, and welcome to Source Energy Collective. We are a transformational group devoted to helping seekers evolve through direct experience. We work with ancient tools of esoteric mastery,
holistic tarot, pendulum, and resonant dowsing, Akashic field readings, numerology, herbal wisdom, and the earth, moon, solar cycles that all shape human consciousness.
Our sessions bring clarity, alignment, and real energetic upgrades. Join our live Zoom gatherings to attune to cosmic timing, deepen your intuition and remembrance. This is a space for awakening, recalibration, and stepping into your highest timeline with guidance that actually works. We look forward to seeing you. Talk to you soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Source Energy Collective. We're so glad you're here. Today we have Barb and Madeline and Salish and Sunny. Salish will have to go see a client soon. But why doesn't everyone pop in and say hello to everyone?
Hi, everyone.
Hey!
Hello.
Good morning.
Awesome. Sorry, Barb, I thought you were going to be silent. So yesterday, Brie and I got together just because I missed her so much when she was in Mexico and we wanted to have a catch up. And then during our catch up, we decided let's video and do a question. And we were talking about cloned meat in Canada. And so this is a great follow up for the video that's coming out today. It just kind of came up in conversation about vegetarianism and breatharianism. I don't know if we'll pull cards on that one, but we're going to pull cards on vegetarianism. Is that necessary for ascension? Jerry, do you want to pop in here? Because you know the
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I just asked Spirit, moving forward, is there going to be a need to move away from meat? And it does look like that we are starting to collaborate online and bring in information, and people are starting to. This is actually an action card, so people are starting to band together and to start to shift into a different way of thinking about how we nourish the body. The root of this poll is about the emotionality that's involved around the animals as well. They're part of the family, actually. They're part of who we are. And there is going to be a tower moment for everybody to have that realization of how they've been nourishing their body, how polluted the food systems are. But the good news is, and we always want to focus here on what needs to take place, is that these are both ones, actually. This is the Ace of Pentacles. So there's going to be a way of looking at the earth, the way that we have relationship with our food. So this is about a fresh start. And this is the 10 of Pentacles, which is basically the same card. So that's what I got, is that there will be a shifting away with a couple collaborations. There's going to be a moving away from these old systems, and we're going to see people starting to smarten up with what comes, the information that starts to come out. So there's good news for the animals on the way. And it's in the past, it has been coming fast, this information. There's been a lot, they're wanting people to eat bugs and stuff. And so there has been a lot of shifting. The shift's already happening very, very fast, very quickly. So that's what I got. That was the meat and potatoes.
Wonderful.
I pulled on the same question, Jerry, and I got 3 major arcana as the answer. So that's a yes, we have to move away from the meat. First card was judgment. So we are going to realize that we're hurting the animals when we're eating them. And the middle card is the Empress. So this is what we are aiming for in our sovereignty and the lovers. We're gonna realize that we are connected to the animal. There's a love relationship and oneness that we're gonna start to feel with them. And I asked for advice on how to let go of that addiction to meat and those kind of food. And the first card that I pulled was the moon. So we have to look into our unconscious and find the unresolved trauma to be able to move away from the meat. And the middle card I pulled was the star. So ask for your guidance to do this, and it will definitely bring some tower moments for you. And the advice is to surrender to the tower moment. And that's it. Thank
What a
you.
beautiful read.
Gorgeous.
I love that you had the Empress card there. The Empress card is all about the compassion too, the love for the animals too. And so I really enjoyed that you pulled that. And the Judgment card, that can be that on the Tree of Life. That one there is very much for the collective. So that's a collective wake up call too, right? So that's what I'm definitely seeing on that one. Yeah, you got some amazing cards there. I love that you got the Empress and you got the Judgment card. What was the third one there that you have? I didn't hear that. Oh, your volumes.
So
Yeah, if you're
the
muted, I could.
lover.
Oh, the lovers. Yeah, perfect. So bringing everything into balance too. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, there we can go so far with that card. That card says it all right there. Did anybody else pull, Marcia or Barb?
Got really similar cards to Madeline. It's pretty crazy how they all just came up. So in the past, I got the lovers, right, as well. And for me, what this card is saying to me is that when we are eating meat, there is like a merging of energy, a merging of everything that the animal carries with them is coming into you as you are eating it. And the reason that we have been so indoctrinated to eat meat, it's a belief system that we do need it, is the Four of Pentacles. Like Pentacles is of this earth. It's like the 3D earth right now is the card saying to me. It's also about like money and finances. So it's a way of like keeping the elites rich. And they knew that there was a merging in there. They knew that the animals being treated so poorly in the farm. Some farms are great, right? Like I don't eat meat, but my family does. And with all the cloned meat talk that's coming up, I'm not gonna buy meat from the grocery store anymore. And that actually came through in the cards that this has been rolled out a long time ago, about like a year or two ago, that they were putting in cloned meat, maybe not all of it, into the supermarket. So just like that's what the card said to us yesterday. But the Heterites, right? We're gonna get the chicken and the beef from the Heterites, and they don't do any of the anything that the farmers are made to do in order to get the funding, right? So that is what this is all talking about. It's because of, they don't care. They know exactly what's going on, but they don't care. They want the money. And then the next thing I got is the Justice card, and on top of it was the Three of Swords. So people are really gonna actually, I don't know if they're gonna see that vegetarianism is like the better way to go, because they're like, you're eating living energy, living prana, instead of eating like dead flesh that's been like shot and killed and caged. Sorry, I'll be so then they're gonna see that. They're going to see at least the cloned meat, because even Global is like talking about it right now. So people are seeing, and also with the ostriches, they're totally combined, right? So people are seeing that the government agencies aligned or to take care of our food system is not for the best interest. So I think that's the judgment, and it's going to bring a lot of heartache, which we can see right now. And again, this is only just to share information, so you have the information to make your own choices. It is not to go into fear, because we're sovereign beings and we can absolutely like make our world what we want it. So it's just giving people the information. So be careful not to go into fear. And if you do, just balance. So when people do have that judgment, their high priestess is going to be opening up, right? When you're eating living foods, when your body is a temple, when your body is aligned and healthy, and there's no energy blocks in it, you're going to open up to the divine, right? And that's going to open up also an alignment of your emotional self, your physical self, your mental self. So it's a really great thing when people see that. The Ace of Wands is going to cut through the blindfolds, the shadows, and the gags. And the Emperor and the Two of Swords, like, again, heads up, everything's going to be shown to us, but these are the energies we want to embody. The calm assertiveness, and just the confidence, right, in your knowing. Like, I have this debate with my husband all the time. Like, he went and butchered a elk in the mountains, and then he laughs at me and he's like, the day after I did that, Marsh, you told me that you were vegetarian. So like it's a belief system, right? He does not believe that people should eat meat or people should be vegetarians. He thinks it's very unhealthy. So that's the indoctrination. That is going to be the justice card. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome, 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 Reed. And you had a lot of similar cards. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Barb?
many.
I picked from two different decks. I'll explain the second deck in a minute, but I'm simple. It's very simple. The first deck, purify. We just need to purify the body and clean up that karma, because I feel like there's karma related to it. And the next one I ended up getting is because we're family.
Ah,
They're sentient beings. And then I have this new deck, and I just absolutely love this deck. It's unsent letters. So I asked if the animals had a message for us, and the message was, "You'll never let me be free." So I feel like they're feeling, they don't have freedom. They're used to be slaughtered. And the next one is, "You deserve better. You deserve more." And I really felt with this card that the animals know that we're being tricked and hoodwinked into being in a lower death vibration.
yeah,
And that led to "You're an imprint."
yeah,
So pretty,
yeah.
pretty succinct cards.
So, okay, well, those are all really good pulls. So if anybody's watching here doesn't really fully understand the ramifications, meat generally the animals are very poorly fed. They're fed a lot of steroids and antibiotics and stuff to keep them alive because they're pumping them so full of steroids and stuff that it actually harms their stomach. Cows do the same thing, and all that milk and all that stuff that comes out of the animals is usually, well, it is quite toxic. And even if the animal's been living in a cage and stuff, and it's got a lot of fear energy, that gets imprinted in the meat as well, and then that gets passed on to us, and people wonder why they are feeling poorly. Well, it's because what you're putting into your temple, which is is that there's a lot of distortion there. It does help if you show appreciation, and if you're making an actual meal and you send love to the meal, and you're bouncing around the kitchen dancing and really enjoying what you're making, that really adds a higher vibration to your meal. And of course, if you're going to like some fast food joint where they don't like their job, and they're putting more of that energy into your burgers and stuff. So it is important to, at least if you're going to eat meat to be thankful and grateful and use it in moderation and look for the cleanest source. Like Marcia was saying, that there's people locally that like the Hutterites and stuff that that take ethical approach to harvesting the animals. But it does look like we are moving away slowly but surely. We're going to become more in tune with what we're putting in.
It kind of relates also to everything that we've been saying about water, right? Charging your water, just like before. And we get so fast, and it's not a habit that we're used to. So we'll pour out a glass of water, put some ice cubes in it, and just drink it. It honestly takes about like 20 times of stopping yourself from that little kind of motion we've done ever since we were born, to pause and just say, I imbue this water with the highest vibration of love and gratitude, and just hold it, right? And put your intention of love and gratitude in the water, and that energy will go into your body and your temple. So same with the meat, right? And I'm not saying, like, I've got a lot of friends that hunt and that do all that stuff. I'm not saying, I would never judge anybody for what they choose to do. It's not my place. I stay in my lane. But one thing I do tell them all is just at least like give thanks, for the sacrifice of the animal, right? Hunting, I find, is way better, in my opinion, than the store-bought meat, because if you look on Google and see how these animals were treated, and like, it makes me sick. It makes me feel sick, right? And Jerry is right. All that energy does come into their flesh, their body, and you're consuming it. Let's pull on vegetables, because they have messed with our vegetables too. A lot of the vegetables have been hybridized, right? And so the hybridized vegetables, they have created new strains of vegetables that aren't the original kind of blueprint. So if you can get heirloom seeds, I know Jerry is big on gardening, and he puts a lot of love in his garden and in his vegetables and fruit. But let's pull on the vegetables that we find in the supermarket and see what the cards tell us about that. We're all about food today.
Sounds good. Hey, Svetlana, good to
Hi,
see you're here.
Hi everyone. Yes, I'm a little late, but I'm here.
I can go first while everybody's shuffling. Mine came fast.
Go for it.
I've got the seagull, and it's cunning, perseverance, fearlessness, survival, and freedom. So, with regard to the vegetables that have been modified, it's a cunning, and they're again taking away our freedom. And of course, right next to that was manipulated. It's been manipulated. And we're being forced to yield and accept it. And we're taking a risk eating this stuff. Not good for our body. So there we go. Simple. Very simple.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean I basically got that there's a refinement that's happening within us all that we're starting to well, we're starting to get back to the get what is that singer Joni Mitchell? We got to get back to the garden. So that's really what we're doing is we're moving towards the garden. And it's a slow process. We are starting to take back our sovereignty, our Christed light, we could say, and but it comes with a different mindset. We have to start to break old patterns, and we have to start becoming the authority of our vessels. So yeah, I mean, I got the moving away cards. We're moving away, moving into something new. We're not going to take what the grocery stores are giving us anymore, and we're moving towards a new way of being.
I pulled three cards and one just fell out while I was shuffling. So the first one was the King of Sword. And yes, this meat is there's lots of like thoughts and words as swords, right? I feel that the now we're talking vegetables. Yes, they have been messed with. It's the king, so they have it's a very strong energy, a lot of messing with our vegetables, and it is not healthy for us. That's why I pulled the devil in the center, and I asked for the advice, and the seven of sword had fallen out while I was shuffling, and I got the page of sword as well. And swords are taught and word. And even before I pulled the cards, I was getting the message, if you guys only just bless your food before you eat it, it will transform it at some energetic level that it might hurt you still, but not as much. So that would be my biggest kind of like advice uh, that came from deep within me. And the other thing is just do your best to source your food from like the farmer, like I go to the farmer's market, organic farmer's market on Saturday morning, and that's where I go get my fruit and vegetables as much as I can. I can't get them all, but I get a lot from there. So at least, you know, if you just try a little bit, it will transform your body. So that's what I have to say.
Beautiful. Marsha, did you get anything?
Also, another thing is, again, we are not medical professionals, or am I giving you medical advice? And we always say to reach out to professionals, but I'm just going to share something that I do and what I've learned in my path is that, you know, all these things create an acidic environment in your body, and that acid will create mucus, and that mucus will create illnesses, right? And so what I do, I haven't jumped on board to take the sarsaparilla and everything else because I do have to be careful, but I do drink pine needle tea and I do drink lime water, and that will kind of like lessen the acidic environment in the body. So there's so many different things we can counteract things. It's just little shifts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and it's usually free too, right? And it's usually growing just outside your door. That's the best thing for you.
I have pine needle. I have some. I moved into a house that had a forest in the back, so it wasn't supposed to be a forest, but like there was like many trees, and so we took down some trees that were dead, and there's so many pine needle, cedar, Douglas fir. Look it up though. There's some that you can't make into tea, but that's where I get my tea, right? And take it in, and it's fresh. It's got so much living prana in it. It's like amazing. It makes me feel so good. Thank you, baby. So anyways, I'm gonna read my cards. Sorry guys, that was just kind of like a side note. Thanks, Bug. So with the vegetables, I had the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight is karma. It's like I'm not getting anything. It's been quiet.
Well, eights are very much about abundance as well. So if you got, is that the Eight of Pentacles?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of abundance with just producing our own, and it like we can grow a ton of vegetables, like it's not a problem, right? And the mineralization, we should make sure we talk about the mineralization at some point too, right?
Yeah, we will. So I got this starting to talk a little bit now. It's very quiet. This spread is very quiet right now. So the Eight of Pentacles, they were kind of trying to, for the abundance of themselves, again with the same as my last read, it's for the abundance of the elite, but there is karma attached to it, right? It is karma and it is abundance as well. So the eight, there's always dual meanings for all the numbers. So I feel like this is them messing with the vegetables in the past. Again, with the people, now this is the collective, right? Blindly leading into the emotions, kind of not even thinking about how the information that they're being fed is making them feel the discernment, right? You see all the cups in the bottom. And so now it's the near future. So the vegetables have been messed with. People have been following this illusionary. It happened a long time ago, the shift. So then as more children are born, we just kind of like think it's the normal way, right? It's like totally fine that we're eating things that were made in a lab, that were kind of like hybridized. So this is what we're going in right now. We're going to become the emperor in the collective. Like the emperor is very like sovereign. He's very confident. He's got a very much leadership role. So this is the collective taking lead of their own sovereignty. And then the Nine of Wands in the near future. Now with all this, I think this is talking about the collective as well, the tower moments and everything else like that. But it's also giving us hope that it's like almost at the end credits, right? The movie's almost over. And the advice, just know that you are stronger. You are coming from a place of strength, even though no matter how much people are telling you and what the news is saying that everything is just like shit right now. Like, no, we're coming from a place of strength, and that's why all these agendas are coming out, is because like they're grasping at straws right now, and that's why this cloned meat thing, and they're bringing it out even though they've done it like previously, like years ago. We've been eating cloned meat. So that's my spread.
Wonderful, wonderful read. So I just want to remind everybody, yes, we're not doctors, we're not physicians, but we're not stupid either. There's a lot of information out there about the gut flora, and it's the way that I understand it is that it's little like you could say almost like white bacteria looking sort of things that are attached to our gut liner, and when that gets damaged, that can create a lot of problems. It can create a lot of psychological problems. They're finding, that's why a lot of children, when they're eating a lot of a lot of different types of cereals, because the cereals can really damage those gut liners, and that can create a lot of problems for kids. A lot of problems for us adults even, but we're more established. We've already kind of grown more, especially for them. They're just very young and can be very fragile. Doesn't mean they can't bounce back with a good, wholesome diet. But when that gut line gets damaged, it usually causes a lot of allergies, a lot of problems. And so there has to be a healing that has to take place. And there's a lot of information online, use your own discernment. Mineralization. Yeah, we didn't talk about minerals. So does anybody else want to pipe in on minerals on that, or should I just continue? Just go ahead and continue. Okay. So plants need minerals. Like if you're out in a garden and like I'm a gardener. I've learned a lot of the hard ways. I started out using some chemical fertilizers. I didn't know any better at the time, and then realized that was not the way of doing it. Much better ways to work with the land, and so naturally there's minerals inside the soil, and trees themselves can actually access a lot of those minerals with their deep root system. So that's why like fruits and stuff are really, really super duper healthy for you. There's such a complexity of minerals in fruits that our own science can't even recognize these minerals at all. Forget vitamins, it's minerals that you really, really want, but use your own discernment, do whatever is up to you. The other thing I wanted to mention was as far as like the vegetables that we get out of the store, they're quite often they're deficient of minerals too, because our soil, the top, like you'd say, the top 1.5 feet of soil has been tilled over. They just throw in some typical liquid fertilizer, and so the soil itself is very depleted, and we are the soil, so that means that our bodies are also depleted. And that's what really apparently brings a lot of hunger issues, is that if we're eating mineral deficient food, you could just stuff that in our faces all day long and we're always going to be hungry. But when we eat something of high mineralization, it tends to satisfy our body. So I think what I've been using personally, I've been using that salt. That's really helped me a lot. Is that salt, good quality salt? But yeah, you could get into all types of greens. There's rock salts and dusts that you can put on your soil. There's lots of things you can do your own garden. That's why it's way better, way better to have your own garden. Take your responsibility of what you're putting in your body, and combine with other people that are wanting to grow. And if you have some land that you're not using, and it doesn't have to be south facing. Not everything needs full on sun. But what do you got there? Is that the salt? Yeah, see right down there. Madeline has the salt that we get. Baja Gold is all hand harvested. It's got a whole bunch of trace minerals in it, and she's taking a liquid form too. Is that a liquid form of that? I can, yeah. So
That's the liquid, concentrates. It holds all kinds of minerals, ionic minerals, and trace elements. So that is added to my water all the time, and so that adds a lot of electrolytes and a lot of minerals that we're lacking. So just because our water with the and of course I remove the chlorine from my water before I drink it.
yeah. Well,
Maybe you
exactly.
guys, sorry, maybe you guys can tell people where you get it if they're interested.
Yes.
You can buy it on Amazon, or you can also get in health food store.
I get my Baja Gold sea salt from Amazon. The Baja Gold is what we are suggesting to you. There's other ones, but that's the most mineral rich one. And you don't need a lot. You just put a pinch in like a water bottle with your lime, right? And it's beautiful. It's and you can actually this is what I want everyone to do. Test it out, right? I love testing it out. So just for a week, this is the only change you're gonna do is just drink lime water with mineral salt. Try, right? One
Why,
month
why do you do the lime, Marcia?
to make your body more alkaline. I know people think lime is acid, but as it comes into your body, it changes into an alkaline base, right? So then it makes your body less acid, less acidic. So it's changing the environment of your body, right? And that acid, that highly acidic environment in your body is what's creating a lot of mucus, right? And so if you really think about it, like mucus is what causes all the illnesses. When you have bronchitis and when you have a cold, you're coughing up all this phlegm, right? And then when you get better, the phlegm's gone, you know? So
Yeah, it makes perfect sense if you really think about it, right? Alkalized versus acidic. Like if you look at any of the plants, they like a balanced. They don't want it too acidic. They don't want. I mean, our bodies can go back and forth from being acidic to being alkalized. It's totally fine, but. And being too alkalized isn't good either. So you
yeah,
kind of want to be in that middle range. And if
yeah.
you have some, soup or something, it might bring you slightly acidic. But then throw in some parsley, some fresh parsley into the soup, and maybe some kale, and help balance that out a bit. And so,
Like we are not
yeah,
doctors. We're not telling you what to do at all whatsoever. We're just sharing what we do with the collective.
just
And I
yeah,
know it's made myself feel better. Like energetically, I have more energy. My skin's improved. I have less achy bodies. But one thing, I have this thing for Coke Zero. I love Coke Zero. It's like so delicious. And I notice that whenever I drink Coke Zero, my body revolts. Like I get so many aches and so many pains, like to the point where I can't move. And then it was actually my husband that noticed it and was like, this happens to you when you drink Coke. And so he's like, don't drink Coke. So I stopped drinking Coke. I love to test things out, right? So I stopped drinking Coke and he was right. He was right. And he's like, oh, you hate when I'm right. I'm like, that's not true. That's
oh man, they showed like people putting Coke on nails and metal, and it was actually rusting it and stuff. Hey, Svetlana, you were unmuted there for a second. Was there something that you wanted to say at all, Svetlana?
Yes. I think I agree with everything you say, and I like have also wanted to add something like to just to give yourself time. It's very important not to give up too early when you're trying, because as Jerry mentioned earlier, if our gut lining is damaged, and it gets damaged by excessive meat eating, all kinds of junk food, MSG foods, all these non-organic foods that have so much less nutrition than organic, and even organic, just as Jerry mentioned, are not like uh,
And
already
herbicides,
depleted.
right?
Yeah, all of that, it accumulates in our gut lining, and it damages gut lining, creates that mucus overgrowth of bad bacteria, and because of that, food that we eat, even if it's healthy, since the gut lining is damaged, it's already cannot absorb and a lot of nutrients and supply to our bodies. So when when we healing ourselves, it's important to be patient, um, and it's important to be how
Reestablish that gut flora, right? Like clean it up.
yeah, yes, it takes time to regrow the bacteria, and there's a lot of scientific studies out there proving that gut-brain connection. So what we eat, depending how we feel, it's all in our gut. Our mood is produced in the gut, because there's so many receptors that affect our brain, and children, of course. Um, it's much harder to and much more important for kids to have healthy gut, so they could because depending on what age they are, it's very important for their development, further development, for the brain health, all of that. Like there are so many studies, for example, for children with HDAD, depending on the diet, how much less symptoms they have. Sometimes there were like so many people I heard that they're saying, okay, we did heavy metal detox and my child is not HDAD anymore. He's like symptoms free just because of this. When you repair the gut, when you clean out the gunk, it affects life so hugely. And also, Indrid, I wanted to comment about blessing our food. It also came to my mind when you guys were giving your readings. And to that too, I would like to add that there are actually many studies been done, even with plants, when you nice to the plant and you say good things, how it grows. And there's another plant when you like passionate and say bad things to it, and the plant literally like dying out within days, because of it. It feels that our words have energy affects everything, and our food, same thing, just like water, how they're programming the water. I forgot the name of that. He's a very famous person. He has a huge study about the water also, when you say I love you or I hate you, and the crystalline structure changes just because of that.
Emoto. Yeah, Dr.
Yes,
Emoto.
yes.
Yeah.
So when we say good things, when we pray and say thank you to our meals and just everything around us, right? It it changes. So
Yeah.
and there's
Oh,
studies about that. I'm so happy to see how many um things that in spiritual community, a lot of times, like the knowledge that coming from hundreds and hundreds years back, and some people think, oh, this is just something whatever, like voodoo, but then so many studies are now coming out proving about the power of how even we talk to ourselves, how it affects the brain, and it's really
yeah.
uh,
No, I
interesting.
really
And
read.
yeah.
Yeah, I really resonated with what you said there about the water and the plants communication, because that's something we never actually even to considered here, is that yeah, the plants are the plants can actually, they can start to, like I know there's a lot of speculation around vitamins. We'll just keep it from a mineral standpoint, but the plants will actually they can genetically start to read your own aura, your own field, and they will start to create a more healthier version of themselves for for you to digest that will help your body. So they're looking out for you. The plants are there for us to commune with, to respect, to love and enjoy and honor. And they want us to eat their fruit. They want us to be a part of them as well. So yeah, you really hit the nail on the head there with that, Svetlana, with the water, because that's what they're uptaking. That's, you know, that's part of the aggregate, as far as I'm concerned, is the water is the base of it all, right?
Yeah, 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 exactly. It's we all have water. It's in us, around us, in the air, everywhere, in our foods. I mean, just without the air, us without the air, we cannot live for too long without water. I mean, we can fast for like several days, but then we cannot live without air for several days still, right? I mean, but it's quite vital part for everyone.
Let's talk about fasting. Marcia, are you doing your fasting, you and Barb? Are you guys going to start on that? And what's the benefits of fasting, if you want to explain that to everybody?
So I pull cards actually for a message from Mother Earth about what we're talking about, right? And the cards that came up, I used the Oracle deck. I didn't use tarot. So all this stuff around the food is being manipulated for nefarious reasons. This is the revenge card, but it's kind of talking to me about nefarious reasons why they're going after our food. And this is in our present. Humanity is now, this is a message from Mother Earth. So what she's telling us is we're currently on a journey right now through all the nefarious stuff. But she is protecting us, right? It's a journey, it's a necessary journey, but we have a lot of protections because humanity is going through kind of a judgment and a trial to come out of lack, because we're right now in lack. And I'm hearing right now that we are not in lack, we just think we're in lack, and there is so much abundance around us. We just have to look beyond the chaos. Look beyond the chaos. That was from her. Sometimes when I get messages, I don't know who's talking to me. And then I asked for clarifiers and got the transformation. And she's telling us that we're in the midst of a transformation. And you know, it reminds me of when a caterpillar turns into butterfly, right? Like they go into the darkness and it doesn't feel so good, and makes you kind of painful. So that's where we're at right now. And
What card is that, Marcia? I've never seen you pull that. Oh, it's the Oracle deck.
yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
And this is the key. So what we're talking about, energy, it's all about energy. The foods give us energy. The water is coded with energy. As we can code everything. That's what we do in our meditations. We code the grid lines. That's what the comet is bringing in. It's recalibrating all the codes in us, our DNA, the grid lines, everything. That's the key. That is the solution, in my opinion. But to flip over to fasting, yes. So Three Eye Atlas is coming by the earth on December 19th, and it's going to be a crazy, amazing day. And it's going to be winter solstice, new moon in Sagittarius, and the solstice on the 21st. And the new moon in Sagittarius, Three Eye Atlas will be right by Earth on the 19th as well. So in order for me, this is just what came in for me, and I asked anybody who wants to join me, and Barb is going to join me, and I think Bree's going to join us too, Barb, to do this. We're going to do social media detox, try to get quiet, release all the clutter around us, and then just fast, right? To kind of try to lighten up the body, because when we eat food, we get really dense. Like there's a reason that we're eating so much. Food is so social. We're eating way too much as a collective. You don't need to eat that much. So we get really dense. So when you're like cleaning that out and when you're coming back to the 0 point, you're coming back to like stillness, even with your physical body. That's why I fast. I'm sure there's a lot more different reasons to fast. It clears out your body. There's a lot of health reasons they say to fast, but check with your doctor first before you fast. It's because it clears out cancer cells, I've heard. I don't know. There's a lot of different reasons. The indigenous did like a 3-day fast, 3-day no water, no food to get connected with spirit. And because like you get all like woozy and you have visions. So there's a lot of different reasons. But for me, I just want to open up to the energies that are coming and recoding everything on the 19th. So that's why I'm doing it. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Is there anybody else that wanted to have a comment that they wanted to share?
I could say a few things about Marcia was just talking about emotion. Emotion changes everything. Emotion is energy in motion. So when you say thank you to your food, it does change everything. Saying thank you, blessing it, blessing where it came from. It does help if you can't. At least do that if you can't get the source of the purest food that you can get. But I would just thank the food, whether it comes from a bad or good source, but it's always a good idea to do that. And yes, Jerry, you were also talking about the plants, and that's why like if you were saying how if you tell the plants that what you need, even I heard by putting saliva on the seed before you plant it, the plant that will come out, the fruit or vegetable it will produce, will be more attuned to your chemistry. What is it that you're lacking? What is it that it needs to feed you? So plants, if you treat them well, they will give you what you need, as well as the hunters, the hunters that go in the forest when they go to get their meat, because it's winter, there's nothing else they can eat. The indigenous had to survive. They would eat the meat, and that was okay for them, but they would also thank the animal for giving itself to them so they can survive. And that just the thank you part makes it that the body will accept it. It will deliver the nourishment that it needs. So that's what I want to add.
Yeah. Well, that's beautifully said. And you're right, Madeline. The animals are going to be much healthier, the ones out in the wild, and they're not going to be full of all the toxins and fear and stuff. And a lot of them, they'll give themselves over to us. And yeah, the natives, they used to go into dream state, and they would ask the buffalo or the deer that they needed to hunt them, and so they would actually allow themselves to, because they're so selfless. Animals are incredible. I liked what you said about that too, Marcia, about the fasting. So I did pull cards while you were talking, and I did get that you have to become your own authority, and there is very shortly we're going to see that that transformation take place in ourselves. Sorry. So when you start to actually fast, your body goes into healing mode. It'll start cleaning up all the problems within the body. And if you're just giving it good, water with some good mineralization, it's really going to help uptake the body. And then, yes, and you're right, Marcia, you nailed it. You're going to start getting divine guidance. You're going to start connecting. All the mental fog is going to be cut away. So you're going to become more connected to your higher self, if we can say it like that. It's not easy though. When you're fasting, I tell you, it's not easy. It's not something that's always enjoyable initially, but my God, you'll feel so much better.
I do just eat one meal a day, so fasting for me is pretty easy. But I don't go into it going, I need to fast for 4 days. Like my whole goal is to fast from the 16th to the 22nd. Do you think I'm going to fast for 5 days? No. So I'm going to do as much as I can. Usually I can do 2 days and then I'll break the fast, and then 2 days and I'll break the fast, right? And I'll try to go longer, but if I can't, I never beat myself yourself up. Also, I forgot a social media detox. So I've twisted that one too. So I'm not gonna like totally completely get off my screen or my TV. What I'm going to do to get quiet so that I can open up to the energies that are being encoded onto the earth and into my DNA is I'm going to stop doom scrolling. Yes. And I'm going to and I'm going to stop YouTube videos that are not spiritual based. So I will still watch like Brie and like other different like uplifting YouTube videos, right? So switch it. It's your path. And Jerry pulled like you need to find your own way, right? So whatever it takes to get yourself into that 0 point space, that calm, that stillness, that centeredness, removing the noise is what you do. That's just what I'm gonna do, right? So,
Well said. Get out of the lower vibration and start to go into Wellsville. I agree. Yeah, I mean, is there anything, how far did you want to go with this
yeah,
one?
I think we should stop the video. It's getting kind of long, so I don't know if anybody has any closing words, or like want to pull like one card from Mother Earth. That's always a nice way to end it.
Yeah. Well,
So
none of this is advice again. This is just what we're doing. So I'll just say it's great to be here. It's always enjoyable seeing all these great faces of support. And that's really why we're here, is to help everybody that's wanting to shift themselves out of a different paradigm, and they want to start creating more of a tribe of people that can help them, support them in any way possible. So if you guys are wanting to reach out to any of us, I guess it's on the bottom of this YouTube video, Marcia. Is that usually where you?
our links are in the description below, and Jerry runs an evening kind of class for people who work in the daytime, and so his will be posted on the Telegram group if you want to be a part of these meetings, where we just chat and see the world differently. Send us a message and we'll give you the Telegram link, group link, and that's where we post all our Zoom links. So you're more than welcome to join, and reach out to us at the links below. Yeah, I saw Madeline pulling cards and Barb doing something down there. I can't see. Your guys are muted.
I got I asked for advice from Mother Earth about all that we talked about, and I got the spiritual triangle. And to me, that told me, connect with your God source. Connect with your God source when you're doing your fast. Connect to your God source when you're eating food. Connect to your God source, whatever you consider it to be, when you're doing all those things, and it will make you healthier.
Beautiful. That's
Even if
wonderful.
like I do shrooms sometimes, and it's all about intention, right? So I only do shrooms for like a spiritual experience, and I put my intention in. It's the same thing. Always put your intention in before you do anything. Intention is key, right?
Oh, I love that.
Exactly. The
Awesome.
triangle underneath it says divinity, creation, manifestation. So there you go. You're manifesting what you want.
And you can test it.
Barb?
You can do like a trip without putting an intention and see where that takes you, and then do one with like putting your intention in and then see where that takes you. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Barb, what do you got cooking over there?
I asked Mother Earth for her last words, and she said to follow the stream. So follow the newness or follow the guidance that we've been given today. And you gotta laugh at the sense of humor. Mother of the Salt Waters was the next card that came out. So
Oh
the
my
salt
goodness.
is right on things on topic. So I had to laugh. It opens your heart and let the love in. So
Stay
let the
in the
nutrition
flow
in. Yeah, stay in the flow.
and
And
get
then
salty.
yeah, and it leads to new beginnings. So like we've all been saying it clears out your system and it allows new opportunities to flow forward.
Well, and if you really think about what minerals are really quick, I mean they're unchanged. They haven't been tweaked or hybridized. It's all right from the source. Eh?
Spring water has minerals. So keep that on the down low. We don't want them to like hybridize our minerals either now. So
Um, yeah, right on. And everything serves a purpose to bring us into higher states of evolution. So there's no judgment on anything here or anyone. We're all here for experiences and to experience all that is. So, yeah, I guess that's it then. Svetlana, did you have any closing comments or anything that you wanted to share before we?
No, it's just I just wish everyone a great health and 1 second, this gets noisy, but yeah, it's a Thanksgiving week for us who is in US. A lot of food, a lot of a lot of like heavy eating about to happen in a couple of days. So um, just be mindful what you eat and yeah,
and bless your food.
and bless your food. That's right. Yes.
Beautiful,
That-
beautiful. All right, I guess we can cut her here then.
Okay, thank you for watching our video. We do have Monday night Zoom outs. We do have Wednesday night Zoom outs. We have Friday night Zoom outs, and we also have in the morning. We will not have a Saturday meditation this Saturday. The Build Your Foundation fifth segment is coming out in the next couple days. It's been made. I just have to video it. We will be talking about trauma release and a simplified version of the trauma release that we all have learned. And how to get the more descriptive version of the trauma release, but I'll tell you guys all about that in the video. And then next Saturday, we're doing a full moon meditation. The full moon will be in. I'm getting a blank right now, so I think it's time for me to stop the video, but heads up on the full moon meditation next Saturday. So we will catch you guys in the next video.